Good morning. Welcome to my last edition of Junk Journal, January 2025. I finished the book, so I'm just going to film it all at once. And then I have time to do another project I need to do around the house. And I'm not going to be worried about deadlines and forgetting. And crafting is supposed to be fun, not anxiety. So let me get this taken care of. And we can go on to our next project. Okay, so we are going to go over my pages of line, modern, movement, crumpled, sealed, reveal, fabric, and letter. And the only thing I like the page, it's not really crumpled anymore. I did crumple up the paper and the paper didn't crumple very well. So anyway, you'll have to forgive me on that one, but it's done. It's over. It is what it is. And let me get this ready. How is everyone today? I hope you're having a good January. And okay, so today is line. And let me zoom in. A little too much. Okay. I separated all my paper supplies and I put one container big sheets of scraps and another little shoebox size of small scraps. So I wanted to look at my scraps before I cut a full 12 by 12 sheet. So I found this stitched paper. It's pink with silver stitching, and I'm like, oh, that's lines. And I wasn't quite sure where I was going to go with it. And then I'd seen this stamp, looks like a labyrinth, and I stamped it with the blue iridescent ink. And once I saw the blue iridescent ink, I'm like, that looks like a snail trail. And I'm like, wait, I have snail stamps. So I added little snails, and then I added some little delicate pink flowers and the little pink flower petals. And I was going to do a sentiment on it, and I'm like, you know what? I like it just the way it is. I'm leaving it. So that is line. And then we did modern. And I did a 2-page spread, and I knew there was going to be two-page spreads in here just because of how many pages I had. And you tell me modern, I hear mid-century modern. So, because I love mid-century modern. So, I have these papers, and I knew I had quite a few. This is vellum. It's semi-opaque, has a silver, and then I have the solid. And this one is just the green on green, and then this is the gray and silver on purple. I added an ad for car wash. It was part of an ad as a car wash. And then a postcard in the same thing. And anytime I think of mid-century, I think of Florida, down in Miami and the Keys, where a lot of the mid-century still lives on. And I add the little flamingos. And then, of course, I added more silver lining just to add a little bit of sparkle to the page and finish it off. Okay, we have movement. And in my scraps, I had this cutout that had fallen off another page. And, you know, just a circle. There's 3 of them, 3 big ones. But I'm like, I only need one. And it reminded me of record. And, of course, you know, there's so many songs that say round and round. So I wrote round and round. And then I found I had a stamp. And then to show movement, I had the little smiley faces and I directional stickers, you know, put them in directions as if they were spinning. And then the page looked way too clean, so I inked around it with some silver ink, but depending on which way it looks dirty. And then other times it looks silver. So I'm not quite sure if that was successful, but that's okay. Doesn't have to be. This was my crumpled page, and I had crumpled this. I mean, I wadded this up. I got it damp. I wadded it up. I flattened it out so I could glue it. Well, guess what? You should make a dress out of this paper because the wrinkles don't stay in it. Anyway, it is what it is, and it was crumpled. So we're just going to leave it at that. This is a pack of Renaissance paper. I very rarely use it, but I did like the copper. And it went well with the gold bronze paint on this hand-painted paper. And then these stickers coordinated with that. So I'm like, okay. And then I added a little bit of the Stella gold around the edges. Okay, we have sealed. I hear sealed, I either think of seals, an envelope being sealed, or wax stamp seals. And these wax stamps are 3 from my latest batch of cards that I've gotten from my girlfriends. And I decided I would use those. And of course, today's background paper is blue, and it so didn't go with the stamps, but I'm like, okay, how am I going to make it work? So I found this gold dotted high fiber homemade paper, and they are little gold rivets. I don't know if you can tell, but it's textural. And then I had this gold cardstock with these foil leaves on it, and I cut them out and I tucked them underneath the glued down stamps, and it kind of reminds me of a poinsettia. So that's that page, and this is Reveal. And I was going to make this an aquarium, and then I had this little bric-a-brac around, and I'm like, you know what? I think I have a fishing hook sticker. I do, and you know what? I recall seeing worms. So I painted a fishing line with just some clear glitter. I added the sticker, I added the worm, and now we are seeing a reveal of what's on the bottom of the ocean when you go fishing. So that is my reveal page. Okay, we have fabric. And I've been wanting to do an Asian page. I have huge 12 by 12 sheets, but I found the bamboo sheet in my scraps. So I said, okay, let's do that. Then I didn't feel like going out in the shed and looking for my fabric, but I did find a bin that has my yarn in it that had some few scraps of fabric in there, which is perfect. And I found this Asian print, and I tore off a corner of it, and I folded it so it looked like a kimono, and I frayed it. And then I added a piece of scrap paper I had, and it's not quite done gluing, but this is a little dragonfly charm that used to be a toe ring, but the elastic band that was there broke, and you'll have to just take my word on that. It's a dragonfly. It just, I had a lot of glue on it because this fabric's bumpy, and I didn't want it to fall off. And the last prompt is letter. This is an old postcard that a friend had given me. I cut it in half. I corner punched the edges so they look pretty. I added a fairy stamp in the same turquoise. This stamp came from my sticker pack yesterday that I got in the mail from Sticky, and I used a postage stamp sticker from that collection as well. And I added a D for dear, or Dawn, because Dawn is who wrote me this postcard, and this postcard is probably 19 years old or so, 18 years, something like that. It's from one of the moms on my mommy's board when I was pregnant with Jack, and Jack is gonna be 19 this summer. So yeah, 18, 19 years. So there's that. And then to end my book, I really wanted to show that the cover was made on a calendar page. So I wanted to keep it. This is one of the place cards from my husband and I's wedding. So I added that because that is a date that he and I always freaking forget, because that's our wedding date, not our we got together date. We got together date is so much easier to remember than this date. So Facebook always reminds us of this. I figure, okay, let's put it somewhere prominent. Maybe I'll remember, maybe I won't. And then I just added a Tinkerbell sticker because, I love Tinkerbell. And here I just made a tuck spot with a belly band type thing. It's glued here just so I could fold up the junk journal prompts and tuck it in there so I have it. And there's the back of the calendar page. Here's the front. And I have to keep a band around it because it is just too fat to stay closed. And there you go. My first junk journal ever completed, started and completed. And thanks for watching. It was fun, guys. And I probably won't do another one until the next time Meg announces one, but I will do other pages. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful month, and I will see you on the next challenge, whatever that should be. Okay, bye.